All right, well, welcome everybody. So excited to have our How to Create Custom Graphics. And we have our special guest trainer, Cecilia Morales and Matt Tipple joining us. And we're going to start tonight. It was interesting because Cecilia, we were, talking about what we're going to do. And she's like, well, I do everything on my phone. And I'm like, you what? So she does all those beautiful images that she shares, she does through her phone. So I was just amazed by that because I have to be in front. I have to have my, keyboard and everything, or I have no idea what I'm doing. So, and my glasses, those phones are too small, Cecilia. See, it happens when you get old. But so I appreciate you both being here because I know there's been a lot of buzz about this training. And I'm looking forward to learn because I dabble a little bit, but I sure can use all the help I can get. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. And we are going to take, if you have questions throughout, just go ahead and enter them in the chat. Cecilia has to take off right after her training, but she'll answer the questions right after hers, and then we'll hand it over to Matt. So go ahead, and if you do have questions, feel free to put them in that chat, and we will answer what we can for you. So I want to show you pictures of these people here because they're in little boxes, so you probably can't see them. So this is Cecilia and Matt. Cecilia, where part of California are you in?
I'm in the Inland Empire near Corona. It's a new city called Eastville.
All right. So she's in California, and Matt's in. Where are you in Florida, Matt?
I'm in a little town called DeBerry. We're about 30 minutes from Orlando.
Oh,
okay. All right. So thanks. So he's at 8 o'clock and we're at 5 o'clock. So, but he did say he had a nap today, so we're good. But so Cecilia, I'm going to hand it over to you. You just tell me when you need me to move the slides forward.
Okay. Hi everybody. So this is the app that I use for the photo grids that I've shared with all of you guys. It's called Photo Grid. This is a picture of it. I have an Android phone, so it's free for me. I'm not sure if the Apple users, if it's free or not, but this is what the icon app looks like. So you would download that on your phone, and you can go to the next slide. Once you click on the app, it's going to come up to this screen. There's a little design on top of that as well. I just kind of cropped it to make it a little bit more legible. You're going to click on the blue square that says grid. And then once you click on that, it's going to take you to this next screen. So what it does, it goes to your gallery. For everybody has all your pictures. If you do screenshots, it'll go to your gallery and you'll select the media, whatever photos you want to use. So when you're in that app, you can actually choose a bunch of photos from 1 to maybe 10 photos, and it will graph it for you. And then you can choose which graph you like. Right now, I'm only choosing 1 photo, so that way you guys can just, I can make it simple for you guys. So go ahead to the next screen, Kim. So I chose 1 photo, and I chose that lovely photo of the gardenia candle. And then on top, when you choose a photo, it'll come up on the top of the screen, and you will choose your layout. You'll be able to scroll over, and there's different layouts. If you can see next to the square, how it has like a little cross, and then it has a, is that a hexagon? I think that shape is. And then you can just choose what layout you like, but I'm gonna choose the first one, which is just a regular square where it fills up the whole thing. And then you can go to the next slide, Kim. So that's the photo that I chose. You can zoom in and out by just touching your screen and moving your fingers in and out. If you see the background of that, it's just like grayed out because there's no background chosen. On the bottom of that photo, you can see there's little options there. You can crop, and then it shows background. There's a T for text. I know it's kind of small, guys, but, and then you can also scroll on that, and there's more options there too. So the first option, let me see here. Okay, can you go to the next slide, Kim? Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. So that's where I was saying you can scroll to the right, and this is, if you can see, and then you can add photos. There's a little square there where it's a plus. So if you were to click on that, I don't know if you guys, on one of the photo grids that I've done, like I'll have the sweet orange and chili pepper, and then you'll see off to the corners, I'll do like the chili pepper picture, and then maybe orange slices. that's the button you would click to add more photos. So you can actually lay photos on top of photos. The first option, it puts it in a grid where you cannot lay photos on top of each other. So that kind of just sections it out for you, and then you can just pick any design you like. Okay, go ahead to the next one. I'm not adding any pictures, it's just really simple. So what I did was I chose the background and I picked a Easter design just to make it simple. And then I did grab the photo and I shrunk it up a little bit so we can see more of the design in the back. Okay, go ahead, Kim, the next slide. Then I clicked the text button, which was a T on the bottom. And then if you see how the box comes up when it's highlighted, you'll be able to type in, if you click on it with your finger, you'll be able to type in anything you want to say in there. You can choose background color, background design. You can choose different fonts. So I played with that a little bit. And then the next slide, Kim. So as you can see, I changed the font color to black, and I changed the background to white. I also added another text box on the bottom. Sometimes I do that a lot because I like to have the title bigger, and then I'll have the description of the candle scent fragrances on the bottom, and they're smaller. So I know you guys seen that on my photo grids. You can add as many text boxes as you want. Sometimes you can put, like, when I display them on my Instagram and I'm having a sale or whatever I want to put on there, I can put like buy one, get one 50, and I can put it on the side. I don't have to add it to the title of the page. And then you can go to the next slide, Kim. Once you're done, you can save it. So you'll click the next button on the top right, and then this little save format box will come up. And then you click on save. On the next slide. And then it'll come to this. For this app, you collect points. Every time you make a grid, it gives you about 50 points. So you'll collect your points, and you'll hit the button where on the bottom where it says point, it says plus 50 and it says collect. You'll just collect it. And then the next slide, Kim. And then you'll see this. This is your total amount of points. And the points, they accumulate, and you can keep accumulating them. When I picked the background of the Easter, the pink background for the photo grid, it gives you a lot of options. There's some that you can use and that you can't use. But as you keep creating grids, you keep accumulating points, and you can use your points to get those backgrounds, or you can even pay for them. I have never paid for any of mine. I just always create, and I've used whatever was available. And little by little, I just started getting access to a whole bunch of different backgrounds. So once you collect your points, and it'll show you, on the top where it said the squares, 2,550. I never accumulate too many because I'm always using them and buying, using my points for backgrounds. But usually they're about 3,200 points. Then you can just spend them, or you can just leave them there. Okay, the next slide. So once you get your points, you'll go back to this screen. And I always, before I hit done, I always go to my gallery, and there's an album that it goes to called Photo Grids. I always go there first, and I make sure that, the writing doesn't get messed up. The centering is okay, because I've noticed that sometimes when I've done photo grids and I went out and then I go to my gallery to post it, something was crooked, and I don't know why that happens. It's probably just something, either I wrote too many words, or I didn't center it just right. So it kind of just messes up. So before you click done, I always just do the back arrow, and it takes you back to the screen that you had created that photo grid. So just to make sure, because you can always make adjustments and then resave it again, and then you get more points again. So I think that's it. And then that's the finished product. It was really simple, guys. I didn't do too much work on it. I didn't want to go too crazy and confuse people, but that's the finished product. I work from my phone all the time, guys. I don't have a laptop, and I'm always out and about. Right, I just told Kim I'm at my daughter's high school softball game, so that's why I have to leave a little early. But I'm always working on my photo grids from my phone. Wherever I'm at, if I'm not driving, I'm working on grids, or if I'm waiting for the game to start, I'm working on photo grids. So I like to use my phone. I feel lost when I'm on my computer. So if you guys have any questions, I know Kim is going to open it up for questions, or if you think of something later, please feel free to send me a personal message. I'll be happy to help you guys and guide you guys through it. That's it.
And I see Matt confirmed. Thank you so much, Cecilia. I know Matt confirmed that it is also free on Apple phones. So that's good.
Oh, good.
It's
free
not
on Android and Apple.
Oh, it's not?
We thought it was, but once you get it downloaded, it wants you to pay. I know. I jumped the gun there.
That's why I don't change to Apple. I love Android. My daughters are Apple, and me and my husband are still Android.
But it's very inexpensive. It gives you on an iPhone. It gives you 3 days free, then $30 for the entire year, or $4.99 a month. So it's not expensive.
Thank you for looking at that, Matt.
What's the name of the app again? Shirley said I already forgot. So did I. What's the name?
It's Photo Grid.
Photo Grid. Thank you. Yes. I know my good memory here.
Yeah, and it's really, I use it a lot for my Instagram, and I do put it on my Facebook too, but I'm just more of an Instagram user. And I had mentioned to you guys before when I've displayed my photo grids, for those of you who are on Instagram, I always try to play a song when I put it on my story, because the picture will stay on there for 15 seconds. If you don't put a song to it, it's really quick. I want to say it's maybe 5 seconds. So I always add a song to it, any type of song, just so they have time to see the candle and read the candle description. So.
Is Photo Grid only used for phones? Can we use them on laptop or tablet?
You know what? I've never tried it. I've never tried it, guys. So it's called Photo Grid. The first screen on this training, for my part, is the app. You can see it. So maybe if you guys look at your guys' Play Store,
Here, I'll go back
you can probably find it. There it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely on a tablet. Both iPhone and Android, they run on the same thing your phone does if you're on a tablet. So you would have access to those same apps. As for a desktop, I don't think so. I'm not a pro on this app, but the one that I'm about to show off to you guys is definitely for desktop.
Okay.
And I love, Matt, we talked about this earlier, for anything like this, $30 a year, it's everything that is helping you grow your business is also a tax write-off. So, keep track of all those things that you're doing to help build your business, because it is a tool and it's something that is tax deductible. So that's a good point that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. I've gotten a little bit better, and I get a lot of photos from from Google. I'll Google just whatever the description is of the candle. I'll put a specific word, and all these pictures will come up, and that's how I get different photos. I'll screenshot it, and then I'll use those photos. So it seems like it'd be a lot of work, but once you start using it, it's really easy. So.
Good to hear. Now you can see her. There she is.
There I am. Sorry guys, I'm in my car.
So anyone else have any more questions? Because I know she's got a game that she's at today too. Busy lady. But if there's anything else, and like Cecilia said, you can message her through Facebook too if you think of something else after this. Yes. And she's happy to help you. So
yeah,
but I appreciate all the beauty that you bring in.
Yeah, I'll walk through it with you guys too. No problem. If you guys forget or if you need me to make you something, I'll make you something when I have time.
Oh, careful what you say.
I know. It's okay.
So, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I'm sure everyone's really excited about trying it out too. Yeah. So we'll let you get to your game. I know you're a busy lady. Oh,
thank you for having me.
So glad you could join us.
Thank you for all the comments that I know you guys appreciate everything I've posted. I take that really personal, and thank you guys. It makes me feel good. So I'm glad you guys can use them, and it makes me happy that it helps with your guys' business too.
Oh, thank you so much. I know they're very appreciative.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Have a great night.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye. All right, Matt. So Matt's going to share his screen. He's actually going to walk you through so you can see exactly what he's doing. So Matt's going to take it away for right now. Still with us, Matt?
Yeah, I'm here. Let's see here.
There he is.
Screen. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
And I can't see the comments. All right. What I wanted to start off with, Cecilia just did a great job showing us a mobile app. Now, Canva is what I use, and they also have a mobile version of this, but if you're not yet familiar with the website version or the desktop version, I don't recommend it. Once you've kind of got your feet wet with this and have a better idea of the layout and how it works, maybe you can try out the mobile app after that. But for starters, just for beginners, I would recommend just sticking to the website. So as I was saying, it's a website. It's not a piece of software you have to download or anything. You just go to canva.com. Now they have a free version, and then they also have a pro version, which I have pulled up right here. The pro version is what I use, and it's $12.99 a month. So again, that is a tax write-off, and if you resell 2 16-ounce candles, it more than pays for itself every month. So just kind of equate it that's how I equate it in my brain. But the free version is also fine. You're just going to have a few limitations in terms of removing backgrounds and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get logged into my account, and we're going to make a quick graphic this evening. Now, what's really great about Canva is that you can make a million different things. You can make presentations like Kim does with PowerPoint. You can make Instagram posts and stories, logos, flyers, t-shirts, business cards, all kinds of different things. There's 1.5 million templates. But what I always use is an Instagram post. It's going to give you just a white square. And the reason that I use an Instagram post rather than a Facebook post is because this is sized the right way to post both on Facebook and Instagram. So you don't have to double duty it if you're running both social media accounts. So depending on what it is that you're trying to make, you can pull a lot of our candle graphics out of the Bella Builders group, as well as just from the website itself. If I were to go to my own website here, let me log out, just have the regular website. So if I were to go anywhere in our catalog and open up a product, I can right click on this image and save it to my computer. Okay, so you can pull your images straight off of the website or any of the groups where you find something that you like. So I'm just going to make a thank you post. I don't know if you guys saw a post that I made in the group back a few weeks ago when I first started. And this is something that I like to do in my VIP group, thanking each customer for their purchase. I also like to highlight what it is that they sold. Because if a customer sees this post, they say, oh, Kim's house always smells so good and she just bought this apple cinnamon candle. Maybe I should try this apple cinnamon candle, you know? So it just kind of gives them a taste of what is out there. So for starters, let's go in. Over here is all of your tabs. You've got uploads where you upload all of your images from your computer. You've got text and audio and video. You can do a lot of different stuff, but we're going to start just by dragging in. Let's do, is this the apple cinnamon candle? It is. Okay. So you just drag it right in there. You can move it around as you wish with your mouse. And if we want to put a background on this, I would go over here to the Photos tab, and you can search for anything. So I'm going to search for apple, and it's given me a whole bunch of different apples that I can use. Some are going to be just like images like this, or you've got full pictures that you can drag in to be a background. Okay. Now, the reason that I go for the pro version is so that I can remove this white stuff around this candle. So you would click on the image and go up here to this effects button at the top, and you've got a background remover. That's going to take all that white stuff out of there, and we're left with just the candle. Okay. Now, the candle's kind of blending in here with the background that I've chosen. So I'm going to click back on the background, and over here is a button to adjust the transparency of my background. Okay, so we'll just turn that down a little bit so that you can differentiate the candle from the background. And then we're going to go over here to text and add a heading. And I'm going to say Kim. Always use your customer's name. Now, as distributors, we like seeing our names on stuff. You know, when Kim posts all of her graphics about our shout outs and everything, sometimes I don't even read what it is that she's shouting out. I'm just looking through the list of names to see if I'm on there. So your customers like that just as much as you do. So I would say, Kim, thank you for your order. Okay, if I could type. Now, this is just a text box that you can drag around. You can resize, do whatever you want to. Now, I would suggest there's a million fonts here, a million different fonts, but go through and find a couple that are going to be your go-to fonts, because you will spend all day going through these, and you don't want to do that every time that you're making a graphic. So one that I like to use is Sunborn, and you can even do things like adjust your line height. So if maybe you think there's too much space in there, you can move that around. You can adjust your letter height or the space in between your letters. So you have a lot of flexibility with this app. You can make it as easy or as complicated as you want it to. So I'm happy with this, and I'm going to make Kim's name a little bigger because we want her to see it, and we're going to change the font on that too. Make it a little fancier. Okay. So we could stop just right there if we wanted to. You would click here on download, and then you download it right here to your computer. You can post it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want. You can even take this further if you wanted. Maybe I want to do a text effect, like put a shadow behind Kim's name. I want to change the shadow color maybe. So you have a lot of different things to play around with. So what I would really suggest is don't be afraid to play around in this on this website. You can't mess anything up. You know, just have some fun, spend some time with it, and get a feel for the different things that you can do. So this is just something that I threw together really quickly. Okay. Now, maybe the next time somebody buys a candle, you know, let's say John bought something, or Jim, because that's a short name. You could just pull this right back up and not have to start over completely. And we can change the image here. Whoops, wrong tab. Maybe he bought a banana nut muffin or a banana nut bread candle. You know, you can just update it as you need to for each individual customer. So that's Canva. I probably made it a lot more complicated than it needed to be, but I just wanted to kind of show y'all the different things that you can do. You know, again, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be.
And so Matt, we were talking earlier, you said part of the upgrade is if you want to be able to remove that background, right?
Yes, yes.
And so what I've been trying to do, we talked a little earlier too, is in the Bella Builder group, what I'm working on with our photographer, Tom, back at the home office, is trying to get as many ping image or transparent images as we can, so that you wouldn't have to remove that background. It would just be strictly the candle image, and because whatever you're pulling from the website's going to have that. But whatever I put into the Bella Builders, I'm going to try really hard to make sure that they're transparent for you. And so what I'm going to start working on is I'll set up a separate album that just says product images. And once I get that set up, I'll let you guys know, so that you guys know you can go and pick anything you want from there. And then you wouldn't have to worry about having to remove that background as well. So and I'm trying to get a lot more of the burning candles too, because those I think are really pretty. He's doing a lot more with the burning of the candles with the lids off. So those are really nice too, that we're trying to get a little more.
You know, and you still have options, you know, so let's pretend like we don't have the background remover. I'm going to go in here. Let's do some bananas and throw this on the background and bring that down. Now there's something in this elements tab called a frame. Okay. So you've got a bunch of different frames that you can put images in. And I would go with maybe just this one right here and drag the picture of the candle in there, which if I could figure out which, I don't know, maybe is that it? Yeah, that's it. So it's rounded the edges off and, you know, made it cleaner than just an image just floating in space. So that's something you could do. You could leave the background off entirely, you know, because again, you can adjust this however you need to, and maybe instead of looking for a banana background, we're just looking for some bananas, you know. So there's ways to get around it, you know, and I would probably recommend start with the free version and just play and see if you're happy with what you can create with the free version. And if not, you know, do that upgrade and write it off.
Yeah. Yep. I know. So, I love it. I mean, I think I spend way too much time on it, but I do love trying to create new things like this. So it is a lot of fun. It's a little addictive when you get into it.
It really is. It's something that I really enjoy. You know, a lot of people have been like, you know, thank you so much for the time you spend doing this. And I'm like, well, I probably would have been doing it anyways because I just do that. You know, for instance, here is kind of my stock thank you posts. And I've created a bunch of different pages here so that if Chuck orders one candle, I can go in here and just change this one image and download it. Or if someone orders a bunch of melts, I can just change this one image. So it only takes a couple minutes for each post. You're not completely rebuilding it. I've already got kind of a template in place, and you can just build on it.
Yeah, that's great.
So let me stop.
Yeah, and I love the thank you post. I mean, I just think that's so important. You know, like you said, that everything, even though it's still online, it makes it a lot more personal. To do it that way.
You know,
so
and that's completely the difference between, to me, in my opinion, you know, a salesperson and a successful salesperson is how you treat your customer. So, you know, do those little things that don't necessarily cost you money, but make them feel good. You know, you want your customer to feel good about buying from you. So I try to make that happen for them.
Absolutely. Well, I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I'm
must
back
have answered a lot of the questions because I'm not seeing any. I didn't realize to use the Instagram photo. Oh yeah, so you gave them a good tip, Allison. So any other questions, guys, for Matt while we have him?
I'm trying to read through them too.
Anything popping up? Yeah, and don't let things overwhelm you, because I know when I first went in there, it was kind of like, oh, you know, but if you just kind of take it little bits and pieces, it's pretty simple. You just don't let it overwhelm you. But yeah, it looks like people, they're just happy that you did it. Kylie, no questions, you rocked it.
Well, if y'all have any questions, feel free to answer me. I'm trying to stay on top of social media right now, but we have our new house is being built and we'll be ready next week. And so we've got a lot happening right now, but still try to make some time for you guys if you need me.
Well, I so appreciate it, Matt. Thank you so much. And thanks everybody for joining us. And again, they can get the replay if they missed it, but thank you so much. And I know it's past your bedtime, Matt, but thanks for staying up late with us tonight.
You're very welcome.
All right. Have a great night, everybody.